Chapter 16. I wait until after the holiday break to take the machine into school. I have practiced with Miss V every single day of Christmas vacation, learning how to push the right buttons, how to switch smoothly from one level to another, how to make contractions. I had to figure out how to say it in isn't instead of is not, or there's instead of there is. It was hard. I kept messing up, but Miss V wouldn't let me quit. I didn't want to. Chapter 16. I wait until after the holiday break to take the machine into school. I have practiced with Mrs. V every single day of Christmas vacation, learning how to push the right buttons, how to switch smoothly from one level to another, how to make contractions. I had to figure out how to say isn't instead of is not, or there's instead of there is. It was hard. I kept messing up, but Mrs. V wouldn't let me quit. I didn't want to. So, on that first Monday back, Elvira is the star of the day, making me the center of attention. And not because of something embarrassing I did, like throwing up or spilling my food, but for something really cool instead. Unbelievable. Even the teachers seemed impressed. Watch out, world, Miss Shannon announces when she sees me in the hallway. Melody is ready to rock, y'all. A grin. I grin, push a button, and a song from the latest teen musical begins to play. Girl, you really got it going on. Music and everything. Miss Shannon starts sashaying down the hall in the rhythm to my music. I crack up. In room H5, Maria is glued to me all morning. Cool beans, Melly Belly, she keeps repeating. Cool beans. Can I play? She wants to touch the glowing lights and shiny buttons, but Mrs. Shannon steps in and distracts her with a new computer game she's loaded on the classroom machine. When Catherine comes in, just before the bell for language arts, I'm ready for her. She's wearing a green plaid shirt, a blue skirt, and orange knee socks. I planned the first thing I wanted to say to her. So Miss V and I programmed in uh, When Catherine comes in, just before the bell rings for language arts class, I'm ready for her. She's wearing a green plaid shirt, a blue skirt, and orange knee socks. I planned the first thing I wanted to say to her. So Mrs. V and I had programmed it in ahead of time. I push a button and smile. Let's go shopping. Catherine gasped, then laughed so hard she almost can't catch her breath. Then she runs over to me and hugs me. I'm so happy for you, Melody. You really needed this. And yes, we're going to have to find a day so you can teach me some fashion sense. We need hurry, I type in. I'm in a great mood. You're a cold hearted woman, Claflin declares, still laughing. But for now, let's get you to your inclusion classes and show off this cool new machine. I shiver with excitement. When I roll into Miss Gordon's room, as usual, nobody looks up, except for Rose, who flashes me a smile. But then I turn the volume up real loud and I push a button. Hi, everybody. I have a new computer. Heads turn and voices whisper. They make computers for the special eddies? It talks? Mine doesn't do that. You don't need yours to talk. It sounds weird. So do you. What could she possibly have to say anyway? But Connor jumps up, his shaggy blonde hair flopping into his eyes, and says loudly, That's awesome, Melody. And because he's one of the popular kids and probably the biggest and tallest kid in fifth grade, I think because he gives his okay, the rest of the students decide to leave it alone. Well, most of them. Claire, who was the first in class to get her own laptop and who makes sure everybody knows it when she gets a new iPhone or a Wii game, sniffs and says, That sure is a funny looking computer. But I guess it's perfect for a kid like you. She and Molly exchange looks. I swear they think I'm blind. Miss Gordon, who looks like she wants to squeeze Claire like an empty toothpaste tube, tells her, Claire, I don't allow rudeness in my classroom. Now sit down and hush. But even Claire can't dim my good mood. I push another button for a sentence Mrs. V and I prepared ahead of time. Somehow I knew I would need it. The machine says, I talk to everybody now. Claire, too. I see her scowl, but everyone laughs. They all want to touch the machine or push a button or try to operate it. But Catherine keeps them away and lets me do all the demonstrating. I go to the level of green. But even Claire can't dim my good mood. I push another button for a sentence Mrs. V and I prepared ahead of time. Somehow I knew I would need it. The machine says, I talk to everybody now. Claire, too. I see her scowl, but everyone else laughs. They all want to touch the machine or push a button or try to operate it. But Catherine keeps them away and lets me do all the demonstrating. I go to the green level. The jokes. Knock, knock. Who's there? Several people reply together. Isabel, the Medi talker says. Isabel who? The kids surrounding me reply. Isabel out of order? I had to knock. Everybody laughs at the silly joke with me. Even though my arms and legs flail out and I drool a little as I laugh, it is the first time in my entire life that I feel like I'm part of the group. I wish I could click a save button so I could play this moment over and over and over again. I type in, today is Monday. It is cold. Then push a blue button on the machine. It whirs a little. Then, like a tongue sticking out, a thin sheet of paper erupts from the side of it. Printed on it are the words I just typed. Whoa, says Rodney, the champion video game player in class. It's got a printer? That's too slick. Miss Gordon nods with encouragement as Catherine passes the printout around so everyone can read my words. Then Catherine tells the class, Melody's Medi Talker is a combination computer, music player, and speech device. It's got HD, high-tech guts, and it's designed to rock her world and connect you to it. Take the time to listen to what she has to say. Claire raises her hand. Yes, Claire, Miss Gordon says, a look of warning in her eyes. I'm not trying to be mean, honest, but it just never occurred to me that Melody had thoughts in her head. A couple of the kids nod slightly. Miss Gordon doesn't raise her voice. Instead, she responds thoughtfully. You've always been able to say whatever came to your mind, Claire. All of you. But Melody has been forced to be silent. She probably has mountains of stuff to say. Yes, 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 I make the machine say. I give Miss Gordon a smile of thanks. Then I show Rodney and Connor a video game that came with my Meditalker. I doubt if I'll ever be fast enough to play Space Soldiers, but it's nice to know it's there. Rodney could probably master it in a hot minute. Miss Gordon checks out the various levels and looks impressed. What a huge vocabulary you have now, Melody, she says to me. I know you feel like a ton of bricks have been lifted from you. I nod. Way cold, the machine says loudly. Oops, I meant to say way cool. I feel my face getting warm as I hear Claire and Molly snicker. But Rose pulls her desk close to my chair. This is so awesome, Melody, she says softly, and I let her touch the shimmery keys. Oh, yes, I reply. Then I look at her. Friends? I type. Friends, she answers without hesitation. Happy, I type. Then I tense. I hope I won't do anything stupid like knock something over with excitement. Rose is looking intently at me. I can't imagine what it must be like to have all my words stuck inside, she finally says. It sucks, I type in. Rose chuckles. I feel you.